Hey everyone, it's Dawn here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to not let people's opinions bother you. So, this is a topic that I've been thinking about quite recently, and it's really inspired by some things I've been going through at work. So, just for a little bit of background, I got hired as an engineer in the company, and the training program wasn't really much of a training program. They kind of just threw me into the water, and then obviously, I was trying to do things myself. I wasn't living up to the standard that apparently that they set for me, or they just thought that I would learn things a lot quicker. So I'd have these like one-to-one meetings, and they would start to tell me all the feedback. But before then, during my first couple months on the job, I had a interview with LinkedIn, which you can probably see on my channel, and I was really worried about that. And obviously, I took most of my mental energy was taken to that particular interview, right? So obviously, when your mind's somewhere in another place, you're not able to do as good a job. And then obviously, then as you're going through these one-on-one meetings, they said, uh, this guy said something about you, and this guy said something about you, and this was like really, really early on when I wasn't really doing my, uh, you know, wasn't performing up to even the standard that I set for myself, right? But after the interview, after I got rejected, I was able to live up to the standard. But what I found was, people still talk shit about me. They still talk trash, and they still thought I was mediocre, and they still thought that I was, not living up to the standard. Even though I did implement the feedback, I was doing better. The the amount of negative feedback actually went down, and it was just a matter of like nitpicking things here and there. And that really got me thinking about the importance of first impressions in your reputation, right? So recently I was watching a video by Alex Hormozian. He was talking about one of the things that happened in his 20s that, really had a big effect on him. So to summarize, basically, he was a womanizer in high school, was a womanizer when he got to college, and had bad grades, and then pulled himself together, but the reputation still stuck there. And that was actually a really similar thing to what I was going through. And some of the lessons I got out of him, and some of the lessons that I also took from that, and this is really how you not let your opinions affect you, right? In order to not let your opinions affect you, you have to, one, make sure that you're implementing the constructive feedback that uh, somebody's giving you. So let's take the example from work here, right? So my boss would say, "Oh, you're releasing these guides and you're not double checking your work." So I focused a lot on double checking my work, right? And then he also said you should approach a problem and think about it before you actually implement. Just don't go straight into doing. And then also do your own research before you take action. So I did implement that. But what I found was I wasn't actually, getting the feedback immediately. It took months in order to really start to change people's opinions. They're like, "Oh, that's different." And that's really the main thing is only that you're implementing what people do and that you're getting better. But people's opinions of you will catch up over time, but it won't happen in the short term. So in order for you to not get affected by people's opinions is really to fundamentally change yourself. Change your work behavior, change the way that you're actually acting, and then over time, people's opinions of you will catch up. And even if they don't, as long as you're becoming 1% better every single day, then deep down inside of you that you are that person that you want to be, right? And this is going to be the case whether you're, in the workplace, whether you're with relationships with your friends, with your family, At the end of the day, you can't really change people's opinions of you. I wish I could give you a better answer of that. Sometimes it could happen, sometimes it doesn't, but you don't want to bank on the fact that it's going to happen. So, what you need to do instead is you need to change who you are, implement the constructive feedback, and then from there, uh, eventually people's opinions of you will catch up. And even if they don't, ultimately, you know deep down inside that you are the person that you want to be, right? We're all about self-improvement on this channel. I think this is a really important concept, especially for a lot of the new programmers that are getting into the industry, right? They have, most of the time, some of them haven't ever been in the workforce, or they come from a different background. Maybe they have different learning curves, and some bosses have experience with that, some bosses don't. So at the end of the day, as long as you're improving yourself every single day, that's what matters at the end of the day. And you have to have confidence in yourself that you're improving, right? And there are ways to do this, right? So some of the ways that you know that you're improving, especially in the workplace, is if the amount of feedback that a boss is giving you, coworkers are giving you, are starting to decrease. Because I remember when I started my first job, everyone was complaining about me, right? And then over time, I found that less people complained about me. They didn't have a positive opinion about me, but they complained less, which is progress, right? Because eventually, when they complain less, people are inherently negative, right? They're always going to seek the negative side, and they're never going to seek the positive side. So that's a way to assess your progress, is to see, if the criticisms of you decrease over time, right? And then from there, you will have the confidence to know that you are changing as an individual and you're getting better, and just trusting with time that either A, the opinions of others are going to catch up to you, or B, deep down inside that you're a changed individual, right? Because some people are just set in their ways, right? They have an opinion of you, and nothing's ever going to change from there, right? So that's basically it for the video today. It was kind of a short one. It was kind of like off the cuff here. So if you like content like this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know exactly if you like this kind of material. Be happy to talk about that more. And I'll see you in the next video.